What is up, guys? I'm Xtree, and you probably saw the intro, and that's why I haven't uploaded videos in a while. I think I have it finally fixed. Anyway, so you might be wondering why you see this. This is not an ad. This is not saying buy this. This is actually saying quite the opposite. And I thought I'd make this because I've seen many of these, and I don't think a lot of people know that they shouldn't get them. As you can see, there's many of these ads, by the way. This one has sold 1,722 of these horrible phones. Now, most of these you'll see are come from China, but some are sold in America, such as this one. It says right here. But they do get them from China. Now, if you know anything about phones, this looks like a ripoff of the Samsung Galaxy S5. And the Samsung Galaxy S5 is a good phone, but very expensive, as we all know. And this is supposed to be a cheap alternative. But it's not really a good alternative to go to. I'd rather pay the $600. Actually, I'd rather buy one used, to be honest, but I'd rather pay $600 than almost $60 for one of these. Now, first off, at first glance, these are like the stock images, but they look really cheap and crappy to me. And I'll show you a good phone in a second. It's not an S5. I don't have the money to get an S5, but if I did, I probably wouldn't buy one. They're just really too expensive. Yeah, but these are the phone. This is a picture of the phone you'd end up getting, and they look really cheap. One of the first indicators is. Oh, this won't let me zoom in on it, will it? Nope. Alright, let's go back to the first. Alright. First indicator is, you see the speakers right there? I really can't point to them. They're like right there. See where my normal mouse cursor is? Look around that. The speaker grills look very cheap. Usually that's what like cheap tablets and cheap phones have. They have that type of look. It doesn't always mean anything, but it usually does. The flash on them, if I could zoom in on a better picture, looks kind of cheap. I think it's actually how much is what you'll get. But the flash looks kind of crappy. But like what I'm trying to say in general is the phone looks like it's really cheap. If you scroll down, here's where we get into the specs of it. These run, and they'll say it right here, Android 4.2. I believe it's 4.2 or 4.1. Yeah, 4.2 Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean is a newer Android OS. It's not the newest, but I believe it's the second newest. The newest being KitKat. But yeah. So with 4.2, you're going to need a lot better specs than what this phone offers. As you can see, it says it's a dual-core 1.3 GHz CPU. That's fine. Really, I recommend you getting a lot better CPU, especially for Jelly Bean, but that'll do what you need to do. The one thing that really looks like shit, and that is shit, is the 256 megabytes of RAM. The reason that's shit is because that's not even close enough to what Jelly Bean needs to even run decently. At least with my experiences, you at least need like 1 gig of RAM to run Jelly Bean decently. This only offers you 256 megs of RAM. That's shit. Some of these will offer you 512 megs RAM, but that's still not really enough to run Jelly Bean fluently. And actually, a lot of newer versions of Android, a lot of these newer phones, you at least want a gig. 512 megs is just way too low. But this is just worse. This is 256 megs. That's half of like what I wouldn't even reckon 512 megs RAM. This is like about a quarter of what like I would recommend to even use Jelly Bean with, which is a gig. See, 256, 512, 768, I think 768. But anyway, it's basically not enough. I can't do math right now. I can real quickly. Alright, so 256 times that by 4. I just want to make sure I'm correct in this video. I'll just click this. I don't even know what the fuck that button is. Yeah, that is actually a quarter of it. So that's a quarter of what I would recommend on the specs. The resolution's low. It's got a low camera. It's only got a 4-inch screen. The screen type is horrible. Highly doubt you can actually run Skype on it. They do have Wi-Fi and they have GSM, which is, I guess, good. That's decent. I mean, like if you have like T-Mobile or AT&T, you're fine. But a lot of these can also only get 2G, and I don't know if this is one of them, but we can see in a second. It usually says. Sometimes they don't. Yeah, they cannot do 3G yet. They can't even do 3G. Now, we know 3G is an older technology, and I can't even do 3G. That's crap. They can do 2G, but 2G is very slow, and I don't want to use 2G for calling and texting. Wouldn't use it for anything else. And nowadays, people want their 4G so they can go surf the web wherever they are, and this just doesn't offer it. It's got low pixel density, which sucks. Yeah, we already talked about how the resolution's really low. It's only got you can only touch the touch at the time with two fingers. Most devices usually offer at least 5, which isn't bad. That's basically pretty much it. I don't know if it talks about how many milliamps the battery has, but usually, from what I hear from people who actually bought these, is usually like they last like at most an hour, and that's with like a little bit of usage, or maybe just like sitting there and standby will last about a couple hours at most. And so it says right here, depending on specific time and using environment. That's basically saying it's shit. We just don't want to tell you. But yeah, I mean, I'm just letting people know that these are a horrible fucking phone. They're not worth even close to like $20. At most I'd pay $20, but that's just for the novelty of it. I wouldn't legitimately buy it to fucking use it as a phone. I would use it just for a fucking gimmick. Now let me show you what a real phone looks like. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what a real phone looks like. There's many different ones. You know, we all have the name brand ones, but this is actually an awesome phone. So if you actually want to get one, say for Verizon or something, this is a phone I recommend getting. It is a Motorola Droid Razr Max. It's not the HD one, but I still like it. This actually has 1 gig of RAM, a 1.2 dual-core processor, and it has Jelly Bean on it. I can even prove it has Jelly Bean. I don't know if I can prove the freaking RAM and shit, but it does have a gig of RAM. It's also got 2 HD cameras, like the front and back are both HD. But as you see right there, if my flash doesn't want to ruin it, I have Android 4.1.2, which is in fact Jelly Bean. A little bit of an older version than what those crap things offer, but it's still actually pretty relevant. I don't know really what the difference between 4.1 and 4.2 is, but it's still Jelly Bean to me. But anyway, that's one good phone. Like, you know, like all the good brands are, right? You know, Motorola, Samsung, LG, Lenovo. Actually, Lenovo does make phones. It's quite interesting. But you know what the brands are that are good and everything. But these, my God, these phones they're utter shit. Look at that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This was like I have like a little crappy PSA, but I saw to do it. It's not as crappy as these fucking phones, but it's not the best video it can make. I just want to let you guys know that do not buy these if you see these on eBay. They're crap. They don't have enough to run the OS they have. They're built horribly. And they just don't have a good battery life. Their battery life is horrible. They only do 2G. I mean, you really wouldn't want one. If you want to buy one to review one and make fun of it, I guess, but I wouldn't really recommend paying more than $30. That's like the most I would pay, and that's if I really had like tons of money at the time. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Check out my other videos. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded one, but you know, as the intro showed, I had a really slow download speed and upload speed for quite some time, and it took an hour to upload like a single freaking 1-minute video. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you guys soon. I'll be making tons of new videos, hopefully. I have a job now, so I don't know if that's going to be, how possible it's going to be to actually keep on making good videos. Not good videos. I don't know how possible it's going to be to keep on making videos, but I'll definitely try to get one out once a week. Anyway, see you guys when I see you.